the other side of the rainbow. It's alright, take a chance, 'cause there is no circumstance that you can't handle when you use your mind. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom, keeps you running faster. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom, save the planet from disaster. From the dark to the light, it's a supersonic flight, gotta keep it going. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom, keeps you running faster. Sonic boom, sonic boom, save the planet from disaster. Sonic boom, sonic boom, spinning through the world in motion. Sonic boom, sonic boom.
Hey folks, Crazy Climerator here again, and welcome to my 20 From the Sega CD series. This is where I look at the 20 games that I feel were best on the system. And we are, of course, going to start with game number 20. And this is based on a 1984 blockbuster film by James Cameron. And it is called The Terminator. And it was created by Virgin Games in 1993. Now, this was released after Terminator 2 Judgment Day, but it does not contain elements of that film, just the original. And this is a decent enough run-and-gun platform game. I didn't like it as much as a lot of other people did, and I'll explain the reasons why later. But note that there are clips from the film. Unfortunately, live-action video clips were still in their infancy, and so the system had a lot of grain, and you can see a lot of grain right here. But for its time, it was a really new, cool thing. But at any rate, these clips just kind of give a little bit of the backstory of Terminator, and the game starts out in the future, and the game, like I said, it's run and gun platform jumping. The screen will scroll around as you move about, and it kind of serves the feel of the game well. You play as Kyle Reese, who is the savior of Sarah Connor, trying to protect her from the Terminator in the first film. And he was played by Michael Biehn, and Sarah Connor was played by Linda Hamilton, who was James Cameron's wife. But the game opens with the same kind of large close-up letters of the Terminator moving in opposite directions, just like in the movie, which is really cool. It does capture a lot of feel of the movie. But you will encounter the Terminator multiple times in this game, whether he's in his human-looking form, like as Arnold Schwarzenegger, or whether he's in his skeletal robotic form. But as Michael Biehn said in the movie, he's not a robot, he's a cyborg. But he's really more robot, I think. But we will start in the future, and you control Kyle Reese, and you run upstairs. There are 3 buttons that are used. Button A, I believe, will throw grenades, and you can eventually collect those. You can shoot in 8 different directions. No, you can't shoot downwards. But when you press the B button, you fire. You shoot your gun. And when you press the C button, you jump. I believe that was the controls. But there will be various Terminators throughout the levels. Some of them are shirtless guys like that. Some of them are the robots. There will be other like cannons or tanks or whatnot that you need to deal with. Now we will eventually collect the grenades, and at the top of the screen you will see your score, and then at the top, now we've collected some grenades, and I have 3 of them, I believe it says. Then it shows your lives, and then it shows your energy bar, and that's orange. And you can have like a maximum of 4 units of that bar, and you can restore your life with certain icons. I like that this game has wide open areas, and don't bother trying to waste that cannon. Just run under it as quickly as you can and avoid getting shot. It just takes too many hits. Do a lot of ducking. It's a good idea to inch forward and then duck and shoot in anticipation of a Terminator or something being ready to shoot at you, because you don't have a lot of energy. Now this is an aspect I don't like about the game, is the dynamic of your character forcibly being shooting upwards or downwards at an angle when you run on the stairs. You can't shoot forward. You would have to duck and shoot to do that. And it's kind of a stupid dynamic. I don't like it. Now, if you're climbing a ladder and you throw a grenade, you will just drop it directly below you. And the grenades are much more powerful than your gun. You can eventually get different types of guns, and we will see that later on. And they will be rapid fire, and you can hold down the fire button, which is awesome, because your fingers will get kind of tired repeatedly pressing the fire button. Yeah, sometimes that downward angle will be very useful. Those shirtless Terminators are the easiest types of Terminators to take out. They're not very smart, and they won't shoot like upward usually if you're on the stairs. The metallic Terminators will. And that big tank, it's good to have those grenades, because they will take a lot of hits if you don't use your grenades. Most of the Terminators, if you chuck one grenade at them, it will take them out right away. So collect those grenades for sure. Don't waste them, because there are a lot of bosses that the grenades are just about an absolute must. They will take way too long to destroy with your regular gun. See, that's pretty nice to be able to take out those annoying Terminators with one grenade. But yeah, whoops. There's it's going to be a number of Terminators on higher ledges than you are, and you'll need to know how to deal with them. There will be 1-up icons that you can collect, and that's good to know, because there are no continues in this game. There will sometimes be limited invincibility. I have a little shield on me right now, and it'll last for a good amount of time. Although some big enemies, if you run into them, even when you have that shield, they can still kill you. And I think that tank is included. So yes, rack up those grenades and use them on those tanks or other bosses. On the bottom floor of any stage, there will sometimes be an abyss that you can fall through and die instantly. Oops. Timing is often good to learn on this game. Sometimes enemies will shoot like a little burst of 3 shots, wait until that dissipates, and then maybe fire your own volley of shots or chuck a grenade, and then back off. I never got to play this back in the day. I'd seen it in stores. and I owned a Sega CD, but I didn't play this one back then. Oops. Yeah, when you're on the ladder and you drop a grenade, you'll drop it directly below you. I like that you can shoot like to your left and right and at an angle while you're on the ladder. But the stair shooting mechanism, I really think is pretty lame. Yeah, I didn't like this as much as a number of other Sega CD files, or Sega CD fans, or whatever you want to call them. Now, watch what I'm doing with the grenade here, because there will be enemies below, and you will get surrounded quickly. Ah, crap. Yeah, killed me right away. When you lose a life, all the enemies that you killed before respawn. So keep that in mind. And yeah, there will be, damn it. There will be, what was I gonna say? Save spots. And there'll be little icons that you'll run over, and when you start your next life, you'll appear right there. But yeah, right around here, you need to get at the right spot and chuck a grenade down on one of these enemies so you don't get surrounded. There we go. This is the bottom floor, I believe. So yeah, I would have died if I fell through that floor there. And that is the end of the first mission. That took a long time, didn't it? This game is a lot longer than you might think. So I nearly pushed this video to an hour long. I'm sorry, you'll have to sit through it. And now we see more clips from the movie, and we see one of those giant tanks running over a pile of human skulls. It's a little less grainy than maybe one of the earlier clips, but yeah, the Sega CD had a lot of grain, and they squished the video clips down to a small screen, so it was kind of annoying back in the day. I love the look of those skulls there. So now we're on the second stage, and this stage is called Wasteland. The first one was called Dead City, and they're both set in the future. Now we have rapid fire. Eventually you will get new guns, and this is the first one. This is rapid fire, which is very, very nice because your fingers will get tired repeatedly pressing the fire button. Yeah, I like that those skulls zoom into place. But I like the exploration aspect of this game. You can just kind of run around the whole level. You're not timed. Just take your time, explore, look for more items to pick up, more grenades, extra lives. And there was another save state marker. Yeah, you'll take a lot more damage if you run up into a Terminator or other enemy than if you got shot by them. Yeah, you'll need to jump on top of those little mini pillars. Now here, you gotta be careful, I believe. There's gonna be, try not to get shot by that, because it'll really, really, really hurt. Touching that fire will hurt you as well. Yeah, look for those crosses. They'll restore your health. And enemies start to be better and better at shooting at you from a tough angle to reach, and they'll cause more damage. So you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for those energy icons. Yikes. And if you see the full energy restoration icon and some enemies guarding it, and you have enough energy, just kind of plow through them so that you can get that energy back. And some of these items are kind of hidden, and you can't tell that you can get to them. Some of the broken walls or debris or whatever kind of hide these hidden icons. And we are about to face another boss, I believe. Yup. And this one's actually the easiest of all. Even though he's got massive firepower, he doesn't come all the way up to you. So you can stay back here and just kind of jump. I think you need to more hit him on his upper part than on his tracks. So just kind of hold down the fire button and jump. You'll eventually destroy him, and you can run to the right and end the stage. You'll get bonus points for the remaining energy, how many enemies you've killed, and you'll get a completed level bonus. Kind of sucks that you've got the same music track for all these clips here. But we see key moments from the movie in them. Yeah, it's kind of dumb that the game takes so long for you to even meet Sarah Connor. Most of the game is set in the future or the present right after Kyle Reese has gone through time. But yeah, the soundtrack is definitely one of the biggest pluses of this game. Yeah, slow down when you're coming down a ladder, because there's probably going to be a Terminator at the bottom of it. And yeah, some of them, some of the metallic ones are smarter than the others, and they'll be ready to shoot at an angle at you as you come down a ladder. And some of them aren't so smart, and there's no telling which one they are. Now we have flying enemies. Watch out for that cannon, because it will really put the hurt on you. Try to take it out whenever you can. There will be a number of lifts in the game. Oops. Crap. But I really do like that the levels are so wide open, and there's so much exploration that you can do, and you're rewarded for your exploring with all the items you can pick up. Now, on this stage, you'll see these, I don't know what the hell they are, but there's some sort of flame canisters or energy canisters or something, and some of them will be solid white. You cannot jump through them, you'll get hurt. Some of them just flash white, and you'll need to jump through them when they're not white. And some of them do not flash at all, and you can just jump through them without getting hurt. And sometimes as you tap forward on the screen, it scrolls forward a little bit. Sometimes when you're trying to precisely climb down or up a ladder, the screen almost seems to push you over so that you're not standing on the ladder anymore, and it's kind of annoying. Now that I can go through. Yeah. But yeah, this was a favorite of a lot of Sega CD collectors, and I'm not really entirely sure why. I mean, it's not a bad game by any means. It's definitely something you can get into. It's just there's a number of aspects I'm just not a big fan of. There will sometimes be some sort of robotic dog or something running about that you gotta watch out for. So this is one of those that flicker, so you gotta go through when it's not flashing white. there are multiple cheat tricks that there's invincibility, there's a debug screen, there's a level select, and there's the opportunity to see all the video or cinematic screens in this game. And we'll look at all those cheats later. But I wanted to try to get a reasonable distance into the game without any cheats. I did use one save state later on, and I'll mention where that is. You will eventually face the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of the Terminator later on in the game multiple times. The stages in this game, there are 10. There is Dead City, Wasteland, Skynet Base, which I'm at right now, the Time Chamber, City Streets, City Roofs, the Tech Noir Bar, the Police Station, the Factory, and the Final Battle. And the Final Battle consists of you helping Sarah Connor fight the Terminator, and that I never even knew about until I watched a video of this. There's like a gray strip, a gray column in the wall that you can stand under and jump and push up, and you'll shoot way up. And the game doesn't indicate that. That's really stupid. Well, that was fortunate. I almost died right there. It's a weird ending to that soundtrack. But there was a giant cannon that you want to save some grenades for, and watch out because its firepower is very strong. There's little baby mobile sound at the end that was weird. But there's another video clip there, or a cinematic scene, and now we have another stage that's very much like the last one. But yeah, keep an eye out for that gray column in the wall or whatever. You just jump under it and push up. Now there will be some little sensors on the wall that will be alarms, and you shoot at them to turn them off. And honestly, I'm not sure that you really have to. Maybe it has more enemies appearing. I can't really tell for sure if you do not turn it off. You cannot go through the stairs. If you go and touch the stairs, you'll immediately be climbing them. Yeah, that took a lot of damage. Those Terminators that have those machine guns, you have to destroy the machine gun, and then you have to take out the Terminator. See, this is just plain red. I can go right through. Yeah, sometimes there's aspects of this game that you can't... there's something that you have to do, like those gray columns in the walls, and you have no idea how to get by, because the game doesn't tell you, unless you just kind of fiddle around. You might have to take out some rotating cannons. It's best to just jump and shoot at some of them, and eventually you'll take it out. Again, remember that you are not timed in this game. You have all the time in the world to move around and explore, and it's probably a good idea because you'll probably find some extra lives here and there, and there is no continue. If you lose your last life, the game will simply say, Kyle Reese terminated, and then you go back to the main screen. Yeah, exploring can get you extra lives or extra energy restored. The boss at the end of this stage is the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator, And for some reason, he has teleportation powers. He didn't have that in the movie. And you can't really tell until you climb down that ladder that it'll lead down to this area here. Hear another alarm go off. But don't forget that if you end up getting to the bottom floor of a stage, that there will be an abyss. Ow! Now take out those stupid cannons. The bottom floor will have abysses that you can fall through and die instantly. Yeah, those shirtless Terminators. Yeah, I cannot go through that column there. Ouch! Damn it! Unfortunately, those shirtless Terminators do not know how to fire at a downward angle. Ah. Yeah, sometimes those Terminators are ready to hit you right away when you see them, and they'll get the drop on you. We're just about to face the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator, I believe. Some of the areas you will not be able to go through because you will see a solid white column in the way. Sometimes there will be a Terminator just slightly hanging over a ledge where you can just stand from below and shoot up at them and kill them. And sometimes when you throw a grenade, there will be a low ceiling that will your grenades will hit, so they'll not be able to reach their target. I like the little shout of pain that Kyle Reese makes when he gets hit. Yeah, that shield that you can sometimes pick up will give you a reasonable amount of invincibility, although if you run up close to an enemy, a big tough enemy like the tank, then they can still cause you to die. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, there's still a little column there in there. Yeah, the little gray column. You can press up and jump underneath, and it'll teleport you up to a higher area. And the game doesn't make any indication that you can do that, and you just have to kind of figure it out by fiddling around, which sucks. Yeah, there's some aspects of this game I'm not a fan of. And again, when you're on a ladder and you use the grenade button, you will drop one directly below you. Although it might make just enough of a blast radius to take out an Terminator underneath, or any other type of enemy. Again, you have all the time in the world, so if you need to back off and find a certain angle to take an enemy out, do so. Yeah, most of these soundtracks, I believe, are not from the movie, but they are very, very well done. I think there's a track or two that might kind of feel out of place, like more suited for a different type of game. Shut up. It would have been maybe a little bit cooler to hear the voices from the actual actors or actresses in the movie. But oh well. Yeah, with the rapid fire gun, it makes targeting your enemies a little bit easier. When you're having to jump from one ladder to another in certain situations, it's a good idea to climb down a little bit on the ladder so that you have enough clearance to jump to the next ladder without hitting your head on the ceiling. There will be these kind of lifts here and there in the game, and they'll often put you in harm's way. Here is the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator. And yeah, he'll teleport to try to be where you are, or to your last position. Gotta keep moving, and it's a good idea to turn around and throw a grenade at him. And you'll need all of them. Just keep doing this over and over again. Never stay still, or he'll get you. And he can cause a lot of damage. Crap, I screwed up. But yeah, it's a good idea to run off that top floor and turn around and chuck a grenade. And you'll hit him. And just keep doing it. This is one stage where you really need to rack up those grenades. You can have a maximum of kind of an odd number, 98 grenades. And there is a cheat to give yourself up to 98 grenades. And we'll look at that cheat later, and other cheats. We'll also look at the different tracks that you can play if you elect to just listen to the tracks of a game. And you do that by pressing A, B, or C as the game boots up, and it says press the start button to begin. And we've beaten that stage. You press start to go to the cinema screen after that. And now we see Kyle Reese transported to 1984. He's without clothes. He ends up getting clothes from a homeless guy. Blech. In the movie. And he still has yet to meet Sarah Connor. He stole some weapons from a police car. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen the movie, but I know that it was really good, and I liked it certainly better than the sequel. Although the sequel is definitely worth your time because of the special effects. They were unreal back then. I remember everybody being abuzz about the scene where the other Terminator walks through the prison bars. And now we're just gonna skip to later to certain parts of each stage. I'm not gonna do a playthrough, but this is the city streets, and you'll see Kyle Reese coming across several punks in kind of a slummy neighborhood. And there's still a lift that you can take up to other areas. You can get crushed by the lifts. If you stand underneath the lift as it descends, you will get crushed and die immediately. It doesn't crush him into a pancake, he just falls over dead. Ah, crap. Yeah, you'll have to avoid that searchlight. That searchlight you'll get filled with bullets if you stand under it. That this is the direction that you want to go, and you'll take this last lift and the stage will end. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that they didn't have a Terminator 2 for the Sega CD. There was an arcade Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It was a first-person shooter, or rail shooter. And now Kyle Reese is looking in the phone book to find out where Sarah Connor lives. And the Terminator in the movie does the same thing, and he kills the other two Sarah Connors that were in the phone book. And I think to start this stage off, we go back to the non-rapid fire gun. Sometimes you'll get the rapid fire gun to start a stage. Usually you will. And a couple times you will start with the regular gun. We're just going to see snippets of the remaining stages, certain areas, just because it would just take way too long. This game is really long to complete. And my play of this was already nearly pushing an hour. I mean, when I finished it, so I didn't want to do a full playthrough. Oh, this is a track that I didn't think was. You can press pause and it'll say mission paused. This was a track that I didn't think was in the game, but it fires up partway through this stage. There are 10 different tracks in this game. And we're just scooting forward to me having to utilize the stupid system of the game making you point in a certain way when you're ascending or descending a staircase. I'm just not a fan of that. Yeah, I really need to get that energy back because I'm almost out there. Definitely utilize those grenades in this game. Yeah, anytime you press the pause button, it'll just say mission paused, press start when ready. This music is kind of goofy. I'm not a fan of this track here. When I bought my Sega CD, the first game I had was the pack-in title was Sewer Shark, and here's a boss. Here is the way to deal with him. Draw him over to you, and then get on the ladder and fire at an angle. You know, once you get the rapid fire gun, you can get some guns through. Whoops, apps! I kind of ran through him there. That was a mistake. Yeah, climbing down here, he'll get you. He'll fly down and kill you. Now this is the way to deal with him. Use the rapid fire gun and fire from right here. Now hold down the fire button and point at that angle, and you'll be able to take him out with ease. And there we go. Yeah, this soundtrack is weird. I don't like it. It's just too cheery for such a dreary type of game or setting. Just really seems out of place. And yeah, I think we go to the right here. Yeah, jump on this ledge here or whatever, and there the stage ends. And I think we still have a city stage coming up here. Or no, we go to the Tech Noir bar. And I think in the movie, I thought it was just a like a dance club. And now, of course, being in this wide open run and gun platform jumping setting, there's several floors of this, so it's like a really, really big club. There'll sometimes be like faulty wiring in some spots, so you have to try not to get zapped. I don't know what that's about. I'm pretty sure that was not in the movie. There will also be like cameras that can fall on you, or you can shoot them and make them fall on enemies. I like this. I like this track here. This has like a rap dialogue from the movie. Not a robot, cybernetic organism. Now we have a stronger rapid fire gun. And there will be one more later in the game. And we'll have bartenders that you can either shoot standing up or duck and shoot. But apparently everybody in the tech noir hates you and wants to kill you. All the patrons, even the bartenders. Kyle Reese is not a popular guy. And now we are going to face the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator again. And you'll have to hit him with enough shots, or you can drop those cameras onto him. But don't touch him, even with invincibility. Even with an invincibility cheat on, he'll kill you. And note by this point, I have the invincibility cheat on, and I'll show you later on how you do that. But you need to hit him enough with shots or with falling cameras to drive him back and put him out of commission for now. And then you can go to the next stage. And now we are leaving with Sarah Connor. Finally met her after all this frickin' time. And we're running away from the Terminator. Yeah, the movie, the Terminator was breathtaking at its time. It was a box office smash. James Cameron's first smash hit as a director. And boy, did it was a huge success. I loved it. It was great. I don't think I got to see that in the theater. I think I was still too young, but ended up catching it on video. It really blew my mind. It was great. And yeah, they get busted by the police, and so now we go to the police station. And the police station is ginormous, of course, to accommodate the run and gun exploration game. And here we get this goofy soundtrack again. I'm not a fan of this track. It's just so weird. Don't get smushed by the lift. You'll need to take a number of lifts around in this stage, and there will be holes in the floor that you need to jump over. Kind of a shoddy police station. They need to splurge on, and they have faulty wiring in here too. You will see the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator make appearances in the police station, and you'll sometimes need to kill him. And then he'll get right back up. Oh, and he killed me. But yeah, even if and eventually you will find Sarah Connor, and you'll need to guide her out of here. You'll need to go to like the bottom floor. It looks like she fell to her death, but she didn't. Looked like she died. And yeah, we'll face the Terminator again, and we'll need to get by him and exit the stage. That was really funny. It looked like she fell to her death. And yeah, you have to press start here to advance to the cinematic scene. And there, the Terminator's gotten hold of a semi-truck, and they put a bomb in it and blew it up. But he emerges from the fire as a robotic skeleton. Yeah, there was just so much wow factor with the first movie. It was just so awesome. And none of the ensuing Terminator movies could remotely come close to how great that first movie was, in my opinion. And now we are at the factory. It's more like a foundry. There'll be vats of ore or slag or whatever, and you'll be burned to death if you fall into them. There'll be a lot of them, and there'll be conveyor belts that can likely deposit you into said vats. So you have to be careful. And there's some more. Burned to death. Kyle Reese terminated. Yeah, that's what the game over screen is. There'll be more areas where you can stand below and press up and jump, and you'll zip up to the top. Now, sometimes the mechanics of trying to climb up or down a ladder when you're standing at the base of it doesn't seem to want to work right away, and it's annoying. There'll be chunks of slag that drop down from those things that deposit them. And you'll have fire pop up from these molten pots of molten liquid or whatever. And there'll be a big press of some sort at the end that's sort of the boss, and once you destroy it, you go to the last area, and you will face Robo Terminator once more. And there will be a tricky part at the end that the game doesn't really tell you about. It's annoying. There's a number of buttons on these machines that you will have to shoot, these little white buttons, and you have to do it on all three, and then you have to backtrack because the robot Terminator is following you, and you will have to collect an item that is like a special grenade. And once you hit the Terminator with it, he'll break in half, and that last piece will crawl after Sarah Connor, but she will automatically press the button on a press and crush the Terminator. You don't get to control her. Ooh, and now we have the last gun, which is stronger. Yeah, remember when you're going across a bunch of ladders that you need to give yourself room to be able to not hit your head when you're jumping across. And here, when you're on that thing, you'll have to jump on that thing there. You'll have to jump at the right time because it will open once it goes under that light there, or that sensor. Each sensor, it will open up, and you'll need to jump so that you don't get dropped. You'll need to ride it across, and eventually you'll need to go down here, jump across these very small purchases, and there's a lift over there. And eventually, like I said, there's these sensors. There's one of them, little white button that you need to shoot. And the Robo Terminator will be following you. There's another press to destroy, or whatever that is. But like I said, once you destroy those three sensors, those white buttons, sometimes there will be these crates that you need to jump on top of and jump across. They'll fall. But if you go down and come back up there, then they'll be back there again. There I shot one button, and there was another below me from there, and then there's the one to the far left. You need to go over there and collect that. And then you need to bomb him with grenades enough, and then he'll break down in that smaller piece. Try to follow Sarah Connor. You do not control Sarah Connor there. The game will finish that stage for you. In the movie, Kyle Reese died. He was killed by the Terminator, but they did not show it in the game. Sorry if I spoiled that for you if you've never seen the Terminator. But that leaves Linda Hamilton to kill the Terminator with the press, which she does here in this cinematic scene. Tries to reach her, and she's trapped him, and then she crushes him. And she says, "You're terminated, fucker," or something like that. It's really kind of a stupid, cheesy line, but still a great, great movie. And this is definitely worthwhile. I love the wide open stages with lots of exploration and helpful items to definitely make it worth your while. She drives off with her son, her future son John Connor, in her womb. Kyle Reese is the father. But that is the Terminator for the Sega CD by Virgin Games in 1993. And this came out 2 years after the Terminator 2 Judgment Day movie was released, but this game does not contain any elements of that. But a lot of people really, really, really like this, and I'm just not as big a fan of it. But it's definitely worth checking out if you are collecting Sega CD stuff. Great soundtrack in this game, except for one or two kind of out of place tracks. But that is the Terminator by Virgin Games in 1993 for the Sega CD system. And now we are going to go ahead and look at the tricks, the cheats. At this menu, debug, hold right, then B, C, B, B, release right, then A. And you get those options. You can select which of the three guns you want, how many lives, up to 9, how many bombs, up to 98. And then if you go to run game, do level select at the debug. Select here. You hold left and then press these buttons, and then let go of left and press A, and you can select your level to start at. And at the level select, hold B and press left, right, right, left. And then pick your stage and press A for invincibility. Very useful cheats. And enter the options menu and highlight sound test. And hold C, press right, then left, then release C, and press A. And you can select the cinema sequences. You can choose to watch all the cinema scenes. Those are really nice cheats to remember. And now we're going to look at the different tracks when you go to this screen, when you press A, B, or C instead of press Start when you see the Sega CD boot up screen. And those are the different tracks that you get 10 of them, and they're a total of 44 minutes and 20 seconds. And the track that I thought I didn't know what it was, it's part of one of the stages. That's the sound. That's the track. I didn't know what it was. It was I think the second track in one of the city stages, and they played it during the police station stage. But Really a weird out of place track, I think. But at any rate, that was the Terminator, game number 20 in our 20 from the Sega CD series, created by Virgin Games in 1993. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me soon for game number 19 in our 20 from the Sega CD series. Y'all have a good one, and I will see you later. Bye-bye, folks.